So Rob, you come into Atwood from outside, which as I understand was a pretty successful but pretty complacent small company, not really looking to grow necessarily. And you're going to try to bring in a much more sort of growth orientation into that existing culture set of people. How do you transition an organization to a growth mindset?
Well, I was fortunate in coming to Atwood that the board of directors in the group, the subset of the board that interviewed me, really was looking to embark on a new strategy. The company had been around for over 40 years, been relatively conservatively managed, had a small rig fleet, but there was a realization that the industry was changing and that there were some new technologies that Atwood had to be in terms of incorporating our fleet. And so I had the benefit of the board support, and I think there was also an expectation when you come in from the outside as a new CEO that really signals to the employee base that there's likely to be a change of direction. I think if there had been an internal successor, I think you'd have seen a more custodial approach to strategy and growth. Whereas coming in from the outside, and in my case, I came in from the largest offshore driller in the industry, Transocean, to one of the smaller ones. And so I think there was a natural expectation that this might signal a change in approach. And of course, when I first spoke to employees, my very first day on the job, I said that I was trying to preserve all the very good things that Atwood had done in terms of the quality of the drilling services, the safety focus, how we treated our employees, but at the same time that I felt that the company could do more, that while we had done a great job managing as a relatively small company, I felt that we had the capability to go to the next level. And so I tried to signal at the very outset that we were going to embark on a new and hopefully exciting growth approach to the business.
And did you feel that you needed to really change key elements of the team to get the right kind of personalities, or did you feel like you could really work by just setting a new direction and encouraging the existing team to move in a new way?
Well, that's probably the biggest challenge when you come in as an outside leader on an organization, is really taking stock of the people who are there. How many of those people who are already there can effectively be converted, if you will, to a new strategy and get on if you will, a faster treadmill, as opposed to those who either can't or won't buy into the change in approach. And frankly, that took me probably 14 months, to get my full team in place. We made some changes early, but then, it took a few months to really figure out how that team was going to ultimately constitute itself. Mm-hmm. I did know going in that I would definitely be bringing in some people from outside the organization. I mean, ours is a very capital-intensive business. Every unit of production in offshore drilling is either a $200 to $650 million decision. So it's very capital-intensive. But at the end of the day, it's a people business. You've got to have the right people driving your strategy, obviously operating your units of production. And so really identifying those people, bringing them in early, and making sure that they became leaders of the new strategy we were undertaking was pivotal to our success.